Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Woo, here we are, Monday in July. It is hot, hot, hot. I have a client that is in West Texas. It's between 110 and 111. Oh my goodness. That's one way you can shelter in place because you can't possibly go out when it's that hot. So we're going to keep it cool and do this inside, but when we do these moves, you know you're going to heat up. Hey, Stacy, good to see you. Thanks. So I thought, there's Kayleen. Bad echo. Darn it. I don't know what to do about that. So you guys keep telling me if it's bad or good, and if it is, I can always go out and come back in, but I never know why that happens. So you guys let me know how that is. Okay, let me keep going. And if it's terrible, we'll stop and maybe I'll come back in again. All right, thanks you guys. So here we go. What are we gonna do today? Well, you know, we've done quite a few different move challenges over the last 4 or 5 weeks. We've done 2 Whittle the Middles and arms and the inner thigh, and there's great stuff. So I thought, well, what am I going to do this time? And I thought, you know, why don't we begin to learn how to create our own? So I put in there our own challenge, but I'm going to change the word today and instead how to build our own workout. Now, that being said, please understand, I'm not saying that doing basic workout or any of the ones that we have are not good. That's no good or bad, but sometimes we don't want to have to work with somebody, right, and constantly watch something. We want to be able to see how are we feeling today and what moves or do I really want to put in my body today? And that's kind of the difference. Instead of us always doing what somebody else is doing, regardless, without really feeling, how am I feeling in my body today? That's when we can end up pushing ourselves too far or not enough or all that good stuff. So I wanted to empower us all to get a sense of how we're feeling in our body that day, and then how to create a good workout. And we can just use, of course, you can always use any of the moves that we have in any of our T-Tapp workouts or some that I've changed. But I was thinking specifically with the moves that we have for our last 4 challenges, since we've all been kind of working on that. So here's what I'm going to challenge you to do now. Instead of just going head forward in whatever we want, I think it's a really nice idea each day to just take a deep breath in, settle into our bodies, and maybe even just doing a little bit of a walk around your room, and maybe move your shoulders and just put your mind inside your body and see where you're at today. You know, like are your shoulders, is one shoulder a little more cranky than the other? How are the legs feeling? You might want to lift a leg and drop, get a sense of where are your hips today, a little bit of this, right? For me, it's always about back arching and scooping. So how am I stiff in my back? So begin to get a felt sense of where you are today. And as we know, we're not in the same place every day. And I think just beginning to truly be mindful in asking the body what it needs today for movement, notice I didn't say to exercise, just to move, will really go a long way to helping you put together that day, whatever workout is going to do really well for you. So I have in that page, and it's on the files. For some reason, I could not attach the file to a comment, so it's in the file section, all the moves that we did in the last few challenges. So I thought, okay, let me just put together a little workout that I might put together. I'll share with you what it is. We'll do it. So you'll have it if you want to do it with me, if it feels good to you today, and kind of how I look at what I might put together for myself. So today, I'm a little stiff in my lower back. I always love to open up neck and shoulders because this is where we hold all our tension. Everything comes up and we're like that. So anything we can do to open in the chest is always good. Everybody loves working a little middle and, of course, legs. So I'm feeling pretty good, pretty loose. I already had a nice class this morning, but I think I could use some good lower back. So before you do any of it, you always want to do, if not the full PBS, you always want to do some curls and scoops, opening up the body. Curls and scoops really work not only the muscles, the fascia, but also the central nervous system. So I call it just good spinal hygiene, doing these kinds of things all day long in whatever way. So some days you might be like, you know what, I'm going to have my feet pretty close. I'm just going to come down. I'm going to push down and curl and do a nice pull up and a scoop. Push down and curl. You might want to go with your feet kind of narrow. That feels good to me today. Roll up. So we're going to warm the back up. Now, you know what? You might also want to go with the feet just a little bit wider, okay? And do the same thing. Come here, push down, curl. Pull up, feel the difference. You're going to get more opening in the groin. That feels good to me today. Now, the other thing that you could do, you can even go out wider if you want even more turnout here. So you can always just kind of hold your body here. And I like doing this where I come out, I'm arching, and I go all the way down, drop. Now, see, my tail is dropping, so I'm getting more groin stretch. And I'm going to relax my head at the bottom and then push down and curl to here, pull up and arch. This is a little bit more flowy. Drop the head, push down and curl. I'll just go to the side if you want to see what that looks like. Over like this, drop the head, relax, press into my legs, and then flip and jazz. So if you're feeling like you need a little bit more opening in here, you might want to go wider. So that's just a great way to do a warm up. Good. You can also just go right arch, just curl and scoop. Just doing it right from here. Whatever works for you, but always warm the back up in that way. All right, the next thing that I think about is I look at the order of the moves in basic. So that's your curl and scoop. We're always going to do that to warm the back up. The next thing is plies, inner thigh, right? So we didn't really do plies per se in any of our challenges, but what we did do was that plie for inner thighs. So again, you don't have to use anything. I just find it makes a big difference. So I'm going to use paper plates. Since most of you have paper plates at home, you can follow along with that. So what I'm going to do with this is I have my heels on the outside of the plate, and I'm in like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to put my feet kind of close, and then I'm going to think of turning out. I'm going to put my hands down here to get my ribs up. Shoulders are down, chin is tucked. I'm going to shift it to my heels, and I'm going to think from my thigh bones, I'm going to open and close. Now, normally I'd have my feet a little bit closer, but for here, because I have plates in, I'm not going to. Just an open and close so that you feel the turnout coming from the glutes. You might even want to put your hand down here in the tushy and feel that. So now you get your natural turnout. For the first couple, I'm going to put my hands low here, press down and lift. Good. Now I'm going to shift my weight over, point. I'm going to go out to my plie position. I'm going to drop, press the hands, keep the ribs up, and now I'm going to push in. I might even do a little plie here and come up and out. Bend, push in and up. So you're really pulling, little bend in that inner thigh. I'm going to do 4 today. Down, press up. The other thing you can do is add some arms. How would you do that? You bring the arms out. You come out, cross in the center, pushing up. How about just one more of those? Taking it out. Bend down, press on up. Little plie and up. How about other side? Lift out, bend, push all the way in. Let's go again. Take it out, bend down, press on up. 2 more. Take it out, bend, press on up. I like to do a little one. I do sometimes here and here. That just feels good to me. And last one. I'm going to bend here, push, and plie and up, and there's 4 for your inner thighs working using the plates. So you might want to start with 4 reps. If it's like, you know what, I can do a few more and it feels good, I would do a few more. All right, so we've done curl scoops, we've done plies. What's the next? Reach scoop, and I love reach scoop. So I'm going to do reach scoop, tilt, 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 shake out head tension. Let's stretch. I'm going to do jazz hands today with it. It just feels good. I'm going to scoop up and over. Inhale, stretch. Make sure you keep that knee bent and out. Flip, down and up. Let's go again. Reach, flip, down and up. So sides are always a great thing to stretch for the middle and for good spinal hygiene. And I'm just going to pause there. Now, I probably one of my absolute favorite moves is jazz twist. So I always include it. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to go like this. But watch how I do the transitions. This makes it really nice. After you do the reach scoops, you can come right to here. Just turn. Good. Now notice this foot's in an angle. So's that one. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to push out. Pull it back. Push that back shoulder. Ribs up. Pull it back with the ribs. Stiffen straight elbow. 2 more. Take it out. Pull back. Take it out. Pull back. Now I'm going to take that out. I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to switch and shift. Ribs up here. Tall. You ready? Out. Pull back. Push it out. Ribs up when you pull it back. Push it out. Ribs up. Push it out. Pull it back. Take it out. Take it down. You can certainly do another set. I probably would if I was doing my own. Great. So you can see we're following the similar sequence that we have in basic workout. All right. So now, what am I going to do now? You know what? I'm feeling some arms. I am. So I'm going to bring my feet in. Now from here to my 4 fingers, check my feet. Bend the knees. Tailbone. I'm going to stretch up. Shift back. Toes will lift. I'm going to turn it out. Squeeze my glutes. Let's do a hand away because it's a great segue. Stretch it up tall. Good work. Now, I'm going to do arms, okay, from here. So I'm going to bring those arms right out to here, ribs up. Now, you can either do butterflies. I'm going to do 80 arms. So I'm going to give myself a good bear claw, tuck in the chin. I'm going to lift the arms. I'm going to do a few just to get myself in position. Ribs up. Release. How about 4? 2, release. And 3, release. Ribs up. That's 4. I'm going to turn. Now notice, I'm not just turning my thumbs. I'm turning the whole shoulder. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn. 4's 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. Turn. 1. And 2. Really work those lats. 2's front. 4, 2, turn it. 1, 4, 2 again. 2's lift. Those ribs. Turn. You're doing great. Let's do 4's. 1, and turn. And 2. Oh, and 3. Yes. And 4. Now, if your shoulders are hurting, this is not the one to do, right? You might want to then go up and do butterflies all the way down. I'm going to shake it out from here. Now, in between these moves, I'm a huge proponent of the shake, okay? I'm sorry if you feel silly, so what? Nobody's watching you for the most part. Get those shoulders up, shake and shake out your hands. Okay, I like to call it the shimmy. Do this. Now, why are we doing this? Because this helps get all your energy flowing and keeps that fascia moving and hydrated. So after you do all that shaking and all that activation, just stop for a minute and just notice how your body feels. I bet you're going to feel lots of tingling, lots of movement going on in there. Great time now to take a bit of water, okay? The water breaks are so important. How do we hydrate fascia? We move, we drink. We drink structured water, little bit of sea salt, little lemon or cucumber. And now we're going to go again for a little bit more. All right, I'm looking at my little thing to see what did I do here. Oh, now, quite frankly, you can end here, right? You worked everything that you needed to. You might want to do some advanced toe downs. I'm going to add one more move in here because I happen to love it. And are those crab caught leg lifts. Because again, that's hard to get to. So how do we do those? I'm going to come back to here again. I'm going to shift back and I'm going to give myself that nice little opening again from the tail. But I'm not going all the way to here. Just a small pie, if you will, like just a little bit of an angle. I'm going to press down here, and then I'm just going to pull this forward. Now I'm going to do a nice knee bend, and I'm going to think bending both knees. I'm thinking tail down, and now I'm thinking turn out at those hips. Press up. Notice this hip is not going up. It's staying down. And I'm going to lift from the thigh touch. 2, really turn them both out. Watch that the hip does not lift. So easy to lift that hip, isn't it? And 3 more, lift, and down, and 2 more, lift, and down, and 1 more, lift, and down. Now I'm gonna lift it. Now, if this is too much for you, again, remember, check in. It doesn't have to be good for you. Tucking out, little lift touches, little lift. So you're really lifting from the inner thigh after you do about 4 of those. How about if you straighten that leg and bend? Straighten it, lengthens the muscles. Now notice I have a pointed toe. Now flex, stretch out from the heel and bend. Stretch out from the heel and bend. Give me 1 more. Stretch out from the heel and bend. How about a little up, 2, 3, 4, and drop. Woo! Yeah, that'll do it for you. How about other side? Press it up. Again, you don't have to. Right, so let me just go from here. Untuck, good. Bring it, oh, I did that one. Did I do that one already? Nope, I'm gonna go from here. Press from here and lift, right? So it's a tuck and a turn out. Ribs are up, let's lift. I did do that one. I just cannot get, today I'm having, my dyslexia is coming out. Tucking out and lift. And 2, then you can touch. 3, really feel the turn out. It's so important. 4 and 5, I'll kind of stop there and lift. So I like to keep it right here now and little lift from the inner thigh. Lift from the inner thigh. So you can even really do this just to make sure that you've got that good turnout. And then straighten and bend. Ribs, straighten and bend. Ribs, 1 more time, straighten and bend. Good work. And flex and bend. I'm losing my balance. Let me get my kicker. Flexing in. And feel free, it's a good idea actually, if you're having trouble with balance on this, to hold on, because this isn't specific for balance. This is more a tighten and toning move, and you can bring it back in and shake it out. Ta-da! I'm going to end with 4 sets of advanced toe downs. Can you tell me if that's not just a beautiful whole workout for the day? Press. All right, here we go. Whoop, and open, and it's lift and over. Lift and touch. Take it up. Lean it up and back. Little teapot. Over, lift and back. Last one. Lift, over, lift and back. Switch it sides. Inhale. Shoulders. Let's go. It's lift and over. Lift and touch. Lift and over. Lift and touch. 2 more. Lift and over. Give me a lift. And a touch. Last one, lift and over, lift and touch. Woo! No, I personally always love to do a good roll down, okay, because it just helps relax everything at the end. So drop the head, drop the shoulders. One of the things, and just do a roll down to wherever it feels good for you. I'm going to go all the way down and just relax my upper body and the top of my legs. And you can always drop the tail lower, so that feels good on your back. Relax the upper body, and then you can roll up. I like to put my fingers on the side as I roll up, taking the arms all the way up and open. So let's review a little bit of what I just did with that. Number one, listen to your body. Do you have to do the same things every day? No, your body is not in the same place every day. So if we're not listening to our body and we're just saying, okay, body, I've got this agenda. I am supposed to do basic workout plus or whatever it is. And this is how it is. But you're not feeling good that day, or you're tired and you push through. A lot of times that's how we really end up, I don't want to even use the word get injured, but we're not really listening to the body. Maybe we'll end up too tired. Maybe we'll end up feeling a little bit adrenal exhausted. You guys know the drill. So I really am going to encourage you to be your own guru. You've got to go in and listen to where the body is that day. Okay, now, when I say that, I am not saying that your saboteur is in charge. What does that mean? I just don't feel like doing it today. That's not the same as how does my body feel today, right? It's a little bit different. And we all know that sometimes when it's like, I just don't feel like doing it, that's when you really want to do it, because that's an emotional ugh. And there's one thing that will help an emotional ugh, and that's movement. Didn't say exercise. I said movement. I don't care if you do this or just take yourself out for a walk or just move in whatever way feels pleasurable to you. You know what I do a lot of times when I'm just like, ugh, just all the time when I'm ugh. I put on my favorite music and I just move. I don't care what I look like, I just move. And just that movement in those pleasurable places in the brain, all of a sudden it will shift your state. Movement is medicine. We are moving to heal. So continue to remember that, okay? So that's number one. You do not have to do the same things every day. Your body's not in the same place every day. When you create something, first thing we always do is spine, right? Spinal hygiene. And then just take a look at the list. What other things you might want to do. So plies, if you're not into that plie thing that I just did, don't do that one, okay? Maybe you do a reach scoop. Maybe you do this leg, okay? So that would be like in place with the plies. Then you're going to do whatever side stretch, whether it's reach scoop, could be the box, okay? Always good. Actually, it could be lawnmowers, because even though lawnmowers have our twist, what are we doing? We're reaching our sides. Lawnmowers are always a great one. Then you might want to go into anything that turns, right? So, of course, for me, I love jazz twist, as you all know, or you can just do this, any of the twisting motions. I think you guys get the picture. How many of each should you do? I can't answer that for you. Some days I can do, let's say if we're doing reach scoops, some days 3, I'm like, okay, I've had enough. That feels good. I'm ready to move on. Other days, I'm like, no, you know what? I really need to do maybe 5 or 6 reach scoops. Listen to your body. If you're having a hard time listening to the body, okay, and I know for some of us, we're very, we're not used to it. And it's a skill. So try, and if you're just not sure, then I would just start with, I think 4 repetitions is plenty. It's enough to get that moving. And then as you do 4, if you're like, you know what, I feel like I really want to do a few more, perfect. Okay, so at least start with 4. How many moves? Again, I can't tell you. It's going to depend on, age and stage and health, fitness, and how you're feeling that day. You need to be working it yourself. But all that being said, I think there's so much beautiful variety, and I love that we're going to empower each other and ourselves to begin to become creative. The other thing that's interesting is, I think a lot of us, especially if we're like our brains are really working, if we're just doing this to get a quick time out, I need to move. We don't want to think, oh, what move do I want to put in here? And you might be watching, whether you're watching this or a regular video, it's perfectly beautiful to do that. But I think there's also a benefit too, because most of us know these moves, to just almost go, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and do them. Maybe just do them in a mirror. Do them so you can get a felt sense and a visual feedback of how you're doing with those moves. And that really helps you begin to bring yourself inside as a felt sense, as opposed to being out there and watching. So let's just share. I think we're going to have lots of ahas, lots of fun. Let's make this fun and creative. And if you come up with one or some workouts that you just love and you're getting great results, post them. We'd love to see. Maybe we can all kind of play with what we put together with that. If you really don't want to be kind of creating your own, you just want something to watch and make it easy, you might want to check out, I have a recorded class package called 3 Moves to Transformation. And what I did with that was I put together 10 different classes. Then they all have just 3 T-Tapp moves. They're all under 20 minutes. Some are a little shorter, some are a little longer, just depending. But you can always go and get that. It's very reasonable. I'll put a link up for that. And that way you can just, I don't want to think, Renee, let me just go in, let me do it. 3 moves. And then you'll find the ones of those that you love. You'll know the moves. So that'll make it easier for you as well. So, also, I think Stacy said something about, that perfectionist thing, right? We've got to get away from the perfectionist thing. Am I doing it right? Do I have to do it exact? I need to follow the rules, okay? And unfortunately, T-Tapp is very known for all the rules, okay? There's rules for everything. And I'm not saying that rules can't create a lovely structure and kind of give you a sense of what's happening and what to do with it. But you know what? I'm just not big on all those rules because I know what we type A women do. We use the rules to not do the workout, to beat ourselves up, okay, to procrastinate, and to say, you know what, I'm just not doing it right. I'm not going to do it at all. And I'm just not going to let you guys do that, okay? Let's just not use that. I'm throwing a lot of those rules out, and I'm saying, let's check in to the body. What's your body want today? And let's really let it lead you, okay? Let the rule be coming from your own body and know that every day is going to be a different day. I'm so glad, you guys. Stacy and Julie, thanks. See, why would we have guilt, right? No guilt. We need to throw the guilt out the window, shame out the window, beating ourselves up out the window, and let's see what makes our bodies feel good when we move, okay? I like to say, let's move with pleasure. And so many of us have never really been taught or connected with the idea that movement is pleasurable. The body was meant to move. The body wasn't meant to sit all day and then get up for a 20-minute exercise. You see how, no, the body was meant to move, right? We were meant to get down, come back up, take care of the kids, put it here, gather the firewood to put here, bring the water, right? We were meant to move and move with pleasure. And notice that even most of the indigenous cultures, what's the other thing that they did? They danced. They create dancing rituals to move the body in ways that are pleasurable and also to help move out stagnant energy. And that's the other reason. That's the other reason that I like to do this with all the shaking. And listen, you know what? If you don't feel like doing anything else, curls and scoops and shake. I'm telling you, stop and you'll notice how much better you feel. So I hope that this has been helpful. And again, you'll have the page. They're over there. I decided on my own where it says build your own challenge. Let's change that to build your own workout. This does not need to be challenging. I use the challenge word because I know when I say we're going to do a challenge, everybody goes, yay, a challenge. I get all you guys excited over a challenge, and then I take it away, don't I? I say, how about just some movement? All right, you guys, I hope that you all have a beautiful day. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for saying truth. I appreciate it. Some of you will love it, and some of you I already know it will just rub you so much the wrong way because we're so used to being told what to do. Renee, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. I can't tell you that's been a mantra for so many of my clients, and I'm like, I'll do it because I know if I don't, you won't move at all. But let's shift that. Can't we just make it what the body wants, the body's way? Let our body tell us what it wants. All right, you guys, go have a beautiful day. Now, last thing, if you will, as you're doing these, let's post, kind of put together what it is that you're doing, what felt good, maybe what didn't, what you're noticing, because that we all learn from each other. And being mindful can be really, really helpful. So blessings to all of you. Have a great week, and let's share in the group. And I'll see you again soon. Bye, you guys.